Dreannadesignstudios. And in today's video, I'm just going to be talking about my experience with Canva Create, how everything came about. So if you guys did not know, Canva did invite me to their Canva Create event, which was held into Australia. We were hand selected individuals who got to join. So on February 28th, I did get me an email from somebody who worked at Canva, and it basically was saying, like, we're inviting you guys to come to Canva Create that's held in Australia. So when I got the email, I'm thinking, is this guy real? Like, so I just started digging and searching, and he turned out to be legit, but I still wasn't buying it because it was like it was funny to me because basically he was saying, it's an event that nobody really knows about. Like, it's not that nobody really knows about. I'll insert the email, but basically it was like saying that nobody really knows about Canva Create, and like you can't say anything, just like stuff along the lines. And I was like, but they do know about Canva Create because Canva Create was literally posted. Like, so I'm like, and it was just other stuff in there that had me really, really fishy. So I'm like, maybe I should, I don't know. So I ended up like, nah. So I ended up sending it to my sister, and I was like, you think this real? And she was like, I don't know, because like I said, Canva Create was already up there. So I was like, okay, nah. So that was February 28th, literally February 28th, and I had until March 5th to answer to say if I wanted to go. March 5th at a certain time to say if I wanted to go. So I'm like, you know what? I don't know. I'm gonna just So then fast forward to March 2nd, Canva actually messaged me on Instagram, and they're like, did you receive the email from so and so? He works at the company. I was like, I saw a screenshot of the message to Canva, and I'm like, y'all talking about this message? And they were like, yeah. And I was like, you see, this whole time I was about to miss out on my blessing just because I'm thinking the email was fake. Because I'm like, I've never heard of this guy. Where did this guy work? Like, why is he reaching out to me? I went on his LinkedIn and I seen him. LinkedIn, it was like true. I was like, nah, he's still lying. But anyways, when Canva messaged me, I was like, oh, y'all for real, like, for real. So that's when I was like, okay, this is the real deal. Canva's really inviting me to Australia to be a part of this event. Like, this is my first time being invited to an event based on my skills, based on me doing Canva. And then also that was the first time me actually flying across the world. Like, I've never ever have been across the world, and it was all paid. I was like, yeah, I'm going. So the event was March 20. The time that we had to go, it was actually on, well, it was March 20th, I believe. Let me see. So yeah, it was like March, yeah. So March 20th is when we had to be into Australia. So once everything was situated and sorted out that I was going, we ended up reaching out. Well, we ended up having someone to book our travel and to book our flights for us. And I was like, oh snap, this is cool. Like, I'm literally getting flown out to Australia by Canva, and I'm going to see Canva headquarters in Australia. Listen, I'm like, listen here, this is it. This is low-key, high-key me living the dream. Like, I would have thought that literally, most of my videos on here about Canva, if you check out my Instagram and my TikTok, it's literally me doing fast-paced videos. Literally fast-paced videos. I don't do nothing else but fast-paced videos. So it's like, I'm like, yeah, my name's been in rooms. Like, listen here, this is God. And from when I first seen the email, I was like, nah. But then when Canva reached out to me, I'm like, yeah, this is God. Capital God. There's only him who could go ahead and make this opportunity happen for me. So then we got the bookings and everything situated. So I had to take 2 flights. I had to go from Miami to LA, and then LA to Sydney because there's no straight flights from Miami. So I left Miami, and I did go on this trip by myself. You couldn't bring anybody extra, but I left from Miami on March 17th just to ensure that I'll be there on time. I actually went a day earlier, which they covered. They told me if I wanted to come a day earlier, they'll cover that, and if I wanted to stay a day later, they'll also cover that. But I was like, no, I'm gonna just go day one. I mean, I'm just gonna go a day earlier, but I'm gonna leave on the exact date because my body was like that timing, whatever. So went to the airport. I left on March 17th at 4 p.m. At American Airlines. Yes, American Airlines. So I went from 4 o'clock, and I had reached LA. I would roughly say it was, let me see, because I never knew that LA and Miami time was different, which was something so new for me. So I reached LA 10 p.m. their time. So the flight was about maybe 5 hours or so. I don't know. And on the flight, it was the guy who I was sitting next to, his arm was just like he bumping me, and I was like a little bit uncomfortable, but I'm like, you know what? I'm about to go to Australia. Bump that. I don't care. So from my layover from from LA. Yeah, my layover from LA to Australia wasn't long. It was an hour. So I did board my flight at 11:41 p.m. on March 17th. I got to Australia March 19th at 9:38 a.m. I skipped the whole entire day. I never got to experience what Saturday was. Like, I don't know what Saturday looked like. Like, I didn't get to see Saturday, March 18th. I really went into the future, you guys. So the whole ride from LA to Australia was 13 hours and 43 minutes. So I'm sitting on a plane for 13 hours, 43 minutes. Like, first class was too expensive. So we all had regular class seats, and we couldn't really upgrade with our own money if we wanted to because the flights were full. So I was just like sitting on that plane for so long, and my butt was hurting me. But I'm like, you know what? It is well worth it. So got to Australia. I'm like, yes, finally. Go to the hotel, take me a shower. Mind you, my body is still not adjusted to the time because the time zone is like way off. I think Australia time was like it's like a day ahead of Miami time where I'm from. So I'm like, okay, that's fine. So once I had got there, because it's just me on my flight, everybody else was coming on different flights because they live in different places, and some of them coming on different times. So when I did reach to Australia, I walked outside. Like, I'm looking for the driver. Like, I'm like, I don't know where or how I'm supposed to get here, but I know y'all sent a taxi or an Uber or whatever. So come to find out, Campbell hooked us up, and I wish I got that part of the video, but I did get him rolling my stuff. Canva sent us personal drivers that literally had our name on these little papers to show like, hey, this is for you. But I really wish that I had recorded that part, but I did record him taking my bag, and for me that was so welcoming. I'm like, y'all really know how to treat us. Like, y'all really know how to treat us. I was like, yes, I'm liking this. So once I had found out, once my driver had came and got me, we got into the car, and it was a Mercedes. It was really nice inside. Was it a Mercedes? Yeah, it was a Mercedes. It was black, and it was really nice on the inside, and they actually drive on the opposite side of the road. So he's driving, and I feel like we about to crash into the other people, but essentially we're not. It's just how they drive on opposite sides of the road. So I'm like, okay, cool. So we pulled up to the hotel, and we stayed at the Ace Sydney Hotel, and the hotel was cute. I think I have a video of the hotel. I have a video of the inside of the hotel, but the hotel was like very, very cute. Like, when I say it was cute, modern, nice and friendly. When I had got there, my room was not ready yet. But I was like, okay, that's fine. I'll just sit down here and wait. Give me some food to eat. And then eventually I had seen the guy who sent me the email to come to Canva, who sent me the email for the Canva. And he was like, oh, okay, you know, they're getting your rooms ready, blah, blah, blah. So they ended up getting my room ready. And then they had took the bags up upstairs and everything. And I got inside and I was like, yes, finally, I was able to unwind and everything. I think, yeah, I also have videos of the hotel, which I'll insert them too. And when I say the hotel room was beautiful, it was beautiful. I did have trouble trying to figure out how to operate the switches, but after that, I ended up knowing how to operate the switches after figuring out how to do it. So my first night, since I had got my first, I basically spent that whole day sleeping. Like, I slept the whole entire day, because by the time as my hotel and everything, by the time as I was done getting I got my breakfast, by the time I took a shower, it was 1 something, and I woke up at 9 o'clock, and then I went to order me room service because I have a restaurant right inside of the hotel. So I went to go order that. So basically, when I came in my first day, I took that day as a rest day. When I came in, I'm like, I know I need to rest, so I'm gonna take that day to rest. I needed it. So I'm just sleeping, knocked out. So then fast for the next day, which is March 20th. That is the day that basically everybody else came in. So I was like, okay, cool. You know, I was like, I already had in my mind that on that day I'm gonna go out and give me some brunch, because, you know, they gave us a whole itinerary and everything, and we didn't really have nothing on that day, or at the beginning of the day for our itinerary. We're gonna have something at the night, which is like a meet and greet. So I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna give me some breakfast, some brunch, whatever. So it happens and turns out that on that same day, your girl Kendra, aka Social Docs, she actually came in that same time, and then I seen that she was there. I think because I was downstairs, or I forgot how, or I messaged her, or she put up a video. Can't remember. And she was like, she's here, and I was like, well, bet we finna go out. So we ended up going out to a brunch. It was this real nice place. It was called Omnium Restaurant. It was in Sydney, Australia. And we got into the Uber, right? And, you know, everything nice and cool. We driving. So the man drops us off. So outside was like raining a little bit. So me and Kendra looking at each other, because we're like, the restaurant is nowhere to be found. Like, where is the restaurant? So we both looking at each other like, did this man just drop us off at the wrong location? So I ended up putting a GPS on my phone, and you know how it could tell you how long it takes you to walk or drive. I ended up putting it the walk on, and long story short, the man, he dropped us at the right area but the wrong spot, because we had to like walk across the street and walk down somewhere in order to get to our destination. So we ended up going there. The food was amazing. I had got me shrimp alfredo with their French. I'll insert pictures again. The French toast was amazing. I have a video of me eating it, but I'm gonna put the video.
You ready?
Yeah.
If I can get it cut. Wait, I can't get it cut. Okay. I'm gonna take the chef home, okay? Amazing. The best French toast ever. Amazing. 20 out of 20. And this pink stuff?
The video in. And it was really nice. Me and Kendra, we ended up taking some pictures. Just taking pictures of scenery. So we ended up going to their mall, because I forgot something, and I believe she forgot something too. So we got to the mall. The mall is beautiful. The mall that we went to, it was beautiful. But we had went into Kmart. Kmart is not really, there's no more Kmarts in Miami. There's no more Kmart. So we ended up going into Kmart, and It was I didn't really find they're honest the truth. Australia really don't have plus size people, and if you guys have seen me post pictures of myself on Instagram or TikTok, you guys will know that I am a little plump, a little round, a little, you know, voluptuous. So I need me an extra cloth, you know. And they didn't have that at all. I forgot me a jacket, and they didn't have that at all. And I was like, okay, cool. So I ended up just buying me some skincare stuff that they had. Yeah, I ended up getting me these cute skincare stuff. It was real nice. And they had these, forgot to say this, they had these cool escalators. It doesn't go up. I'm gonna show y'all the video because I was scared. So it doesn't go up like a normal escalator. It goes like slanted, so it's like kind of like you still feel like you're falling backwards, but you're not falling backwards, if that makes sense. So Target for me was a no. I ended up just getting me some facial stuff and a tweezer because I forgot tweezer for my lashes, and I couldn't put on lashes because I had on nails, so I forgot me the tweezer, got that. Then we had went to I went to Target. Nope. That was the shortest trip I've ever taken in Target. We were in Target all of, I'm gonna tell you how right now, we were in Target for all of about 3 minutes. They didn't have nothing in Target. Their Target was more so like home stuff. I took some videos of what they had. So their Target was more so like a lot of home stuff, a lot of home decorations and stuff like that. And I was like, no, they didn't have no clothing, no plus size, no skinny size. Like they have clothing, but it was just very much basic. Anyways, Target was a no-go. Kmart was a no-go. So then we seen us a Sephora. And I just went inside Sephora for perfume, which I didn't need. I just ended up getting it because. But we went into Sephora and we ended up getting, I had got me some perfume. But then inside of Sephora, I realized that they don't have darker shades. And that's Sephora. And, you know, the workers were there were saying the same thing. Like, there's not a lot of darker shades. You don't really find a lot of, at least in the part that we went, there wasn't a lot of, number one, black people, and then number two, there was not a lot of plus size people. Scratch that. There were rarely plus size people over there. Like, no, they were not there. So I was like, you know what? You know, this is my time to go. I did end up trying their Starbucks, and let me tell you, their Starbucks, chef kisses. It was different from the one in Miami or anywhere that I've tried Starbucks. So it was really, really different. So that was our day. And then in the nighttime, we ended up going on met down in the, well, I went to go change because what I had on was not what I wanted to wear to dinner. So I ended up going upstairs to change, and then we all met downstairs where we got acquainted with people more because that's when everybody came. And then we ended up going to this Chinese restaurant thingy. And we got us food. And then they have this thingy. I'll insert another picture. They have this thingy that's called lemonade, but it tastes like soda. It literally tastes like soda. And it's in this cute bottle. And the thing that I loved about each and every single restaurant that we went to, or each and every place that we went to, they had sparkling water. Like, the water was like, chef kiss is so exquisite on my tongue. But so that was a full day one. Basically went to brunch. Me and Kendra went to brunch, the mall, then we came home, came to the hotel, and then we went to our meet and greet with everybody. Met everybody, talked about stuff, got to know everybody better, and then so that was day one. So day two is where the fun began. So on day two, which was March 21st, it was the day that we got to go down to the headquarters in Australia. Yes, I still can't believe that I was in Australia for Canva, but we ended up going to the headquarters in Australia. And I'll insert videos of what I have in my phone still. It was amazing. When you first walked in, you get to see everything. You did have to get these badges with your name and like basically who's your chaperone. On the first floor, they have a coffee bar, and then they have like a seating area where people will sit down. And then they also have a kitchen inside of their headquarters. So you don't even have to go out for lunch. You literally get served lunch. Practically, you get served lunch every day there. You also get served breakfast too. So that was really, really cool. I was like, wow. So we had a tour guide where he shown us this thing called, I think it was called Canva Space. So we got to see Canva Space. We got to see their swag shop, where basically a bag of goodies that they give you. Well, a bag of goodies that they gave us. So we ended up getting us a blue book, a hat. Well, you can pick what you want actually. So I ended up picking me a blue book, a shirt. I got me 2 tote bags, and which I need to start wearing my tote bags. Like, I got me 2 tote bags, and I also had got me a pair of socks that I have not worn yet. Oh my gosh. And I also had got me some stickers. So yeah, we had a swag bag from their swag shop. They had a gym there. Practically Canva owns that whole strip. So most of the buildings that are on that strip, they are Canva owned. So after we had the tour, we came back in, and we had got us, after we came in, we had got us lunch. And I'll insert the video of what I had. I'm not sure exactly what I was eating, but it was really good. And once they showed us all the different floors, like what each floor was, which each floor does, like I said, we went to their rooftop, and we ended up getting us lunch, and the views on the rooftop is amazing. Everything I'm talking about, I'm gonna insert some videos somewhere. So the rooftop was amazing, top tier. Like, chef kisses on the rooftop. Like, the views were amazing, the rooftop was clear, the benches, everything was just amazing about the whole entire Canva office. Like, they really took their time and they did this office. And like, they have a cookie station, they have like fridges with juices, and ice cream bar, jars with candies. It was just amazing. Like, they treat their employees literally like their family. You can bring your pets there. Like, it's amazing. So after we had lunch, we did head over to a different building, and in that building we got to see all of the new features. If you guys didn't see some of the features, I'll just list a few. So you have magic eraser, you have magic eraser, you have the animation where you can like hand draw it. What else? There's so much features they have. Like, it's a lot that they have. Like, they have layers, the animations, you have Magic Create, you have text to image, you have beat sync. Basically, you can sync your audio to your music, to your video. You have a whole new Canva editor that is just so amazing. So yeah, there's a tons of new features that they introduced, gradients, whole tons of new features that they introduced to us, and we basically got to see it beforehand. Like, there were some profiles for some people who ended up getting the features first, but for us, we did end up seeing every single thing firsthand, like even the ones that we never even seen before they showed it to us. So that was pretty cool. And then after we were done with that, we ended up going home. Some of us walked home, and then some of us took the Uber. I ended up walking home just to explore, and everything was pretty close. So everything was like literally walking distance from each other. So I ended up walking just to see the scenery. So we ended up coming home. And then once we came home, we ended up changing our clothes, and we went back out for dinner. Relax, came back to the hotel. So on day 3, we headed back to the Canva office, but this time we had went to Canva for breakfast. And so this day, which was the 3rd day, is when we went to breakfast, and we ended up taking a tour on Manly Beach. So we went for breakfast. They served breakfast. They had a whole omelet station. We got to see their omelet station, which was pretty cool. They make omelets, they had toast, everything there. And then once we were done with that, we did head over to a room where they were asking us questions and like picking our brains and, you know, trying to get feedback from us being as creators with Canva. So they're just trying to pick our brain, get feedback and stuff like that. So it was pretty cool. I forgot to mention, I always forget to mention stuff. When we went back to the hotel the night before, everybody had a bag. On the first night, I'm sorry, we had a bag from them as well. And I also inserted the video of that bag where we had got a hat, we had got a book, we had got some stickers, we had got this jelly, this butter thingy, like you put to put on your toast, and then we got this bag. And some chocolate too. Yeah. But so yeah, so they gave us, we had 2 different bags from Canva, which is pretty cool. I really did like it. So like I was saying, on our 3rd day, had our omelet station. We went to after that we went just discuss new ideas with the Canva workers. They had us in a room pitching ideas, different stuff on how content and other stuff like that, and then like what can they do with Canva to make it a little bit better, stuff like that. So once we were done with that, it was fun time. The great thing that I liked about this whole entire experience is that yes, we had came to work, or we came to learn new ideas and techniques with Canva to share with you guys, but they also made it so that we had fun time and we had leisure time to do what we would want. So we ended up taking a ferry. We ended up taking a boat ferry to Manly Beach, which was beautiful. So I'm gonna insert a funny video for you guys that no one has ever seen but anybody who was at Canva. I mean, who was on the boat with us, who's in our crew. So the wind was like really blowing, and I had on lashes, and I'm gonna have to insert the video. So I had on lashes, and they would not move. Like the wind was blowing so hard, my eyes were squinted and my lashes just like up. It was funny because you guys see the boat is moving super fast. It's like my lashes. Oh my gosh, my lashes are like moving up and down. No. I'm like, listen here, I could make a what's that thing called? A promo ad for that lash glue for y'all to buy it, but I'm gonna insert the video on how funny my eyelashes had looked. So ended up taking a ferry. We crossed the famous opera house, which was beautiful, and then we also got to see some other stuff. So you know, we had fun on the ferry. So then we ended up going to lunch, I would say. Yeah, so we ended up going to lunch at this place on the beach, and it was amazing. I ended up tasting calamari for the 2nd time, and their calamari, amazing. So I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna try it again. So once we're done, we ended up taking pictures, and then we ended up going to go buy like little souvenir stuff. And then this time we didn't take a ferry back to the opera house. We ended up taking a boat taxi. So it's pretty much smaller. It was just enough for all of us. So we ended up taking the boat taxi there. We did get us some drinks, like some energy drinks and stuff, because you know we're still tired. Our body's still trying to adjust to the time zone. My body did not adjust at all. So yeah, after that we ended up stopping at, what was this place called? We ended up stopping at Sydney's Luna Park. So basically it's like an abandoned amusement park. So we ended up stopping there and taking pictures, and then we went to the opera house where we had dinner. And the opera house was pretty nice. We did sit outside, but it was pretty nice. Their food was good. I ended up getting me the charusa board with the cheese and I think I said it right, with the cheese and the crackers and the fruits or whatever. I ended up getting me that. So that was really nice. I'll insert a video of that too. And then on our way home, we ended up seeing this really cute Dalmatian dog. It was like really, really cute. I was like, oh, so I took a video of him too. So on our next day, which was the Canva which was the Canva Create Day, is when we had our fun day where we got to take pictures with the koalas. And they ended up taking us to, what was the name? They ended up taking us to Sea Life Sydney Aquarium, which is an aquarium inside of Sydney, which wasn't too far from my hotel. Again, like I said, a lot of things was really much close to the hotel. You could have walked if you wanted to. There were some people who walked home. I chose to ride home because no, it wasn't going to be me. But yeah, so we ended up having fun there. We got to see all of these different animals. We ended up seeing the kangaroos, the koalas. We seen a short beak. It was just a lot of stuff. I ended up taking pictures with the kangaroos, like distance away from them, because they were like in this cage thingy. And then I got to take pictures with, well, we all took pictures with the koalas. And I pretty much, like, I got a video of me. I was scared of the koala. I was scared of the koalas. Like, I was really scared of the koalas. Like, I've never seen a koala before, so I was scared. There was no reason to be scared because they were like super friendly and they were like low-key, high-key sleeping. So they were moving a little bit and I was jumping. But I did end up taking cute pictures with them. But I'll insert those too as well. So mind you, this was the same day we had to go to Canva Create. So once we're done with the museum, like, you know, your girl, she Canva Create, well, I forgot which time Canva Create was, but I think Canva Create was like, we didn't have time to sleep. We didn't, because we had got back to the, well, after we finished eating and everything, it was like 1:29, and then Canva Create has started at 4. Like, yeah, Canva Create started at 4. So mind you, we got to the hotel at 1 something, 8 and everything, and your girl had to beat her face. I had to like put on a full face of makeup. So y'all, I rushed to put my makeup on, but I still slayed. I didn't get to take a final like cute picture that I wanted, but I do have pictures, and you know, I still slayed my makeup. The theme for them, they told us to wear bright colors, so I wore me bright colors. Okay, I had on this orange shirt, these orange earrings, and this bright green bag, and then my eyeshadow, it was sparkly. Like, one thing about me, y'all tell me to dress, I'm going to dress. I'm going to show out. I'm going to show up and show out. So that's what I did. So once we got in, it was like super crowded because there was a lot of people. So once we got in, everybody was in their bright colors. They ended up giving us these badges that says creators, and I was like, oh yeah, we official. Like, y'all can't tell me nothing. So when I got in, so we had actually got in, we had seen that we all had our seats, and they all had they had us in a front row. So basically we were literally in the middle of the stage. So there were people who were like in the way I think I have a video, but the way the place was set up, it was like, this is the middle, and then they have like two like people on the sides. We were like smack back in the middle, like front row and center. Like, we didn't have to turn our necks for anything. We were the first row, so we just looking straight up at everything that they're doing. And it was very, very much cool just to be in the front row, front and center, just to see, you know, all these wonderful people. We did see the owner and her husband, which was amazing. And we got to see all the other amazing people who worked with Canva. And it was just an amazing experience. Like, I wouldn't trade that for the world. Just the whole experience was amazing. So basically after that, our trip was pretty much done. After Canva Create, we did end up going home to eat just because it was raining. So we didn't go to the after party because it was raining and we were soaked. So we didn't end up going to the after party. So we did end up going home, and then after we had ate and stuff, they had told us that the after party was still going on. So some of us, we actually did go back out, but by the time as we went back out, the after party was actually done. But we still ended up going somewhere else, and we ended up hanging out with some of the people who works in Canva. And it was very much fun. It was a very good experience. We got to see how everybody operate, what everybody liked about Canva, how long they've been working with Canva. And it was just like an amazing experience just to be in a part of this, just to be in that room, in that space, just to be a part of that space. It was really, really, really and truly amazing. Like, if I could do it all again, I would. I really would. It was the best experience and for me, it was very much an eye-opener to see that, I used to think that my work never got noticed. I was like, whatever. But just to be in that space, just for Canva to actually invite me, and the way that they picked people, basically, like, there are people who are watching your page. Like, they were watching your page this whole time to see how you were using Canva, to see how you were maneuvering it. They were watching your page just to see the good that you put out with their company. And they decided to invite you to be a part of a space, to be a part of a group of people. Fun fact again, us Canva creators were the first creators to actually be invited to Canva Create. Creators were never invited. We were the first group of people. So for me to not only be the first group of people to be invited, but I was also the youngest one in my group. I'm 23. I just turned 24 when I came back. I was 23 when I walked into Canva Create. I was the youngest. I had people who were 30 there, or close to 30. I was the youngest. I was the first. I was like a part of the first group. So for me, that is a really big thing for me, because I was thinking nobody noticed me, and this whole time they did. And what I can say to any and everybody who's watching this video who might think that, oh my gosh, nobody's watching me, I'm not getting recognized, or nobody's not noticing me, don't give up. Do not give up, because if I had listened to, and I'm saying a little backstory, I had a graphic designer coach, and I expressed to her one day, this is just my feelings. I ended up getting frustrated and tired of I was getting frustrated with the chargebacks, the disputes. I was getting frustrated with the customers. Not only that, but I knew what I truly and deeply desired, that I was just doing customs because customs was my big ticket items. My logos were $110. My websites was $800. My revamps was $250. Those are my big ticket items. But I had to come to the realization that wasn't what I loved. Like, I truly, truly loved. I didn't have enough time to even post my videos because I was too busy focusing on trying to gain clients for my big ticket items. So I remember I told her, I'm like, hey, I don't really think. I'm telling her, I think I'm gonna, I'm not gonna do customs anymore. I'm gonna push back, and I just want to do Canva, and I just want to teach Canva and sell DIY templates. And I remember vividly, I would post the screen records, but I'm not gonna do that because that's behind me. So I'm just gonna repeat what she said. I remember I told her, and she told me, Canva's not gonna take you anywhere. It's not gonna make you six figures. And then she also said that she would rather me tell her that I'm shoveling poop for $50,000. I was like, wow. And I ended up, letting her get into my head and say, I'll keep doing my customs But in that moment, I had to realize that that's not what I wanted to do. If I had listened to her where she said that, Canva would have never invited me to where I needed to be. And it's not even that Canva wouldn't invite me. If I had stopped and I had listened to her, God would have never opened up the door for Canva to ever even invite me, because God opened up any door that I was able to walk in. It was because God opened it. He supplied what I needed. And during that whole time that Canva had reached out to me, it was a time and it was a time where I was like confused on what it is that I need to do. I was confused. I was like, God, is Canva something that I need to be doing? Mind you, this is this year. What she said to me, what my coach said to me, what my ex-coach said to me was a year ago. And then in 2023, she said this to me in 2020. She said this to me in 2021. And I still was listening to her. Just a tad bit. I still was listening to her. And then at that time when I got invited to Canva Create, I was like, God, is Canva something that I should be doing? Is this something that you want me to do? I was like, you know what? I'm gonna come off of social media for a little bit. I'm gonna start comparing myself to other people, because, you know, that's what I was doing. And as an entrepreneur, that's what we do sometimes. As much as we try not to, we still end up comparing ourselves to people. And sometimes we do it unintentionally and we don't even know. And it's like, we gotta stop doing that. But I ended up coming off of social media, and literally it was the next day that I came off of social media, I got the email. And mind you, I'm still like, nah, this fake. Then when Canva reached out to me, I said, okay, God, I see you. So I'm saying all of this to say, don't ever let nobody tell you what you can and cannot do. Don't ever let nobody tell you what you should and should not do. Just because somebody said that you shouldn't do it or you can't do it, it doesn't mean that you should listen to them. Because one thing about God, God has the final say. God opened up doors that no man can close, and he can close doors that no man can open. So whenever you feel like the nudge or something that you need to do something, jump for it. Yes, Canva has not made me six figures yet, but I know that there's a plan and a purpose and a destiny that God has placed on my heart. Because each and every time that I say that I quit my business or I quit graphics, I still come back to it. I still come back and do the Canva. I still come back to teach. I still do the videos. I still do the DIY templates. No matter how much times that I say that I'm done with my business, which I never really actually quit. I just be a little, frustrated. I still come back to it. Because God didn't bring me this far into my journey with Canva just to leave me. He didn't bring me this far in my journey just to forsake me. Like, he has plans for me. And he has plans for each and every one of you guys who are listening. Like, things might look rough and it might look tough right now, but I'm telling you, God, he got y'all. Like, he really got you. He's not gonna leave you, nor he's gonna forsake you. He's the all in all. God is amazing, okay? But that's basically my Canva experience. I had a time of my life. It was amazing. I got to meet some amazing people. It was just overall an amazing experience. And I really and truly do thank God for opening that door. The only downfall, which was my fault, the only downfall with my whole experience, me being in Australia, is I was selfish. I'll say it. I was really selfish. I was selfish to my clients who have booked with me. I was selfish to my people on social media. I was selfish because in that moment, that me going to Canva Create, I only thought about myself. I was thinking about me and only me. I was neglecting my clients. Literally, I had to give a refund. And I had in my head that, oh, they're going to be understanding that, hey, I'm getting flown about country, but I'm getting flown about company, which in turn was my selfishness because I was only thinking about myself. I didn't put my clients first. I didn't, go ahead and put in any type of preparations. I was so focused on going to Canva Create that I neglected that I didn't even start the designs. Like, they would message me and I'm not messaging back till I get back. I was selfish. I'll admit that I neglected them. It was because I didn't know how to balance it, and I'm still trying to figure out how to balance certain stuff. But I didn't know how to balance it. I didn't know how to balance me being across the country, with a company. I didn't know how to balance the open orders at the same time, the time zone. I did not know how to balance that. And in turn, I ended up neglecting my clients. I ended up failing as a business owner in that moment, and I'm still working on fixing that. And as entrepreneurs, as business owners, we really have to learn balance, like balancing everything. And like I said, I'm still learning that. I still struggle with balancing stuff. Sometimes I put my work before me. Like, I would be on my computer all night before I even check for myself, or sometimes I put my work before my family. And it's like, we have to figure out balance in this thing called entrepreneurship. Takeaway that I took from that was, we have to figure out balance. But my Canva experience, let me say, it was amazing, and I do thank everybody who did wish me well when I did post it. Now, I did take it off. I did take my video off from Canva, the 2 videos that I had, simply because in that moment when I posted them, I just wanted to share my good news. I just wanted to share with you guys that I did it. Like, I did something, and in turn, and I also shared it honestly and truly. I shared that video to try to gain some validation from you guys who were viewing my page. I posted it to, like, when I posted the video, and God knows my heart, when I posted those videos, I posted it to say I did it, to post and say, yeah, I'm in Australia with Canva. I posted it to low-key, high-key rub it in people's face. I posted it as a way to say, ha ha. So when I posted it, I enjoyed the likes for a moment. But when I posted it, after a while, I didn't feel good about it, because I know that my intentions of me posting, it wasn't good. It didn't come from a pure heart. It didn't come from a pure place. I posted it to show to people, I did it. I did it without y'all. I posted it to say, I did this by myself. I posted it to say, so when I posted it, it was more so for me to get bragging rights. It was more so for me to get likes and followers. It wasn't for me to actually showcase to you guys that, hey, don't give up. It wasn't me trying to be motivating or anything. It was literally for me to brag. And I had to take it down. That was one reason I took it down. And another reason where people were putting me on this super duper high pedestal when it comes to my designs, and for me it was very much overwhelming, because they seen that Canva invited me, and they're like, well, I'm gonna put the bar up here for you, baby. You gotta design like top level. You have to design top tier. And it really became overwhelming for me, and it caused me a lot of stress. So I ended up just taking it down. But when I do post it again, it's literally going to come from a pure place, because I know that I don't ever want again in my life to post things to get validation or to get recognition from social media or to be loved by you guys, because I have to realize that if I'm going to try to get my reward, if I'm going to try and get my reward from man, then that's exactly where my reward is going to come from. If I do things out of ill intention and ill heart, my reward is going to come from man. God is not going to give me my reward. If I do something to glorify God's name, then God's going to give me my reward. But because I posted those videos with an ill intent, with bragging rights, he it's not gonna work. So I took it down, but you guys, I probably will put it back up. And like I said, when I put it back up, it will be out of a pure heart. But I really do thank you guys for tuning into my video. I really do. I'm looking for my remote. But I really do hope that you guys enjoyed my video, me talking about my experience. And if you guys ever, I don't know. Sorry, I was looking for my remote. But I do want to thank you guys so much for tuning into my video. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, anything else that you guys want me to talk about, you guys can definitely leave it in the description box below. Please be sure to follow my Instagram and my TikTok where I post all things Canva. You guys be sure to subscribe to my YouTube because I will be posting like, you know, different type of videos, lifestyle videos, basically my life, vlogs, Canva hacks, tips, tricks, me designing stuff. So y'all just be sure to join the family. And this is your favorite Canva girl signing out. And bye.